And we'll try that again. Hi, my name's Natasha Nurse. I am the owner and co-founder of Dressing Room 8, a coaching and consulting business for women creatives, women entrepreneurs, and professional women who are just looking for personal and professional transformation. And sorry about the lipstick, sorry about the noise earlier, but I'm glad that you're here and joining me. And today we're talking about a new live stream series that I'm doing. It's all about how to stand out with the 3 C's. And what are the 3 C's? It's going to come down to conversation, confidence, and creativity. And today we're talking about conversations. And I think that this is super important because whether you are looking for a job, whether you're looking to grow your business, whether you're looking to better yourself when you're pitching something, whether you're looking to be better at speaking when it comes to your day job, whether you're looking to make more friends, whether you're looking to gain a partner in your life, right? Whatever you're doing that's going to involve another person, what does that mean? It means you're going to have to communicate with that person, whether that's via email, whether that's in person. Hey, Kim Love Jones, thanks for joining. I appreciate the love. If you guys don't know her, she's the dopest. Love Kim. She's amazing. Kim, why don't you put in your comments your website so people can reach you? And with that, we'll keep going. And I think that for me personally, I would say I've benefited from working on the conversations I'm having for my business, for Dressing Room 8. For me to have started my coaching and consulting business, I had to figure out how I was going to describe what I do, because I do a lot of different things. I do things when it comes to social media. I work on projects and awesome, good stuff. I work on projects and events for some of my clients, for myself. I work on offering a lot of this online content that is really geared towards mindset, lifestyle, coaching, right? And so with that, I'm having a conversation with you guys every single day, whether it's through my blog, whether it's through the social media content, whether it's through the conversations I'm actually having with you, but we're always talking, right? And so whether it's live or it's delayed or it's in another medium, we're always having conversations. And so what are the ways for you to stand out with using conversation? It's Dressing Room 8, guys. It's going to come down to 8 things. 8 is a powerful number, so let's talk about it. First, we have to have clarity. So I think the biggest thing with standing out in a conversation, whether it's you on another person or you amongst other people, is being clear. Is it clear who you are? Is it clear what you're talking about? Is it clear the relevance from which you're talking about, right? Clarity is everything. So always making sure that you're clear. And thank you, Kim. And lipstick on the teeth, guys. So awful. I hate that. I'm not using that one again. Okay, I get distracted by my makeup all the time, actually. So if you are not clear as to whether or not you are being clear, what should you do? For your next conversation, write out your talking points and then film yourself, right? And then when you film yourself, watch. And watch not because A, you're a narcissist, but B, you're trying to understand, do you understand what you're saying? Because if you don't understand what you're saying, then why should anyone else understand, right? So that's one thing. And if you don't necessarily like the video format, that's fine. Call a girlfriend, call a friend, send an email. But if you want to distill information, you really want to make sure you've gotten it down to a point where it's clear as to what is the purpose of the communication you're going to be having. And so for people like Kim and myself who do public speaking events, who are writing, who are putting themselves out there, clarity is key. We have to be clear when we're communicating. So that's number one. Second, telling a story. And I see this most, I would say I've seen this when I was a recruiter, and so like we can do it from an interview perspective for some people who are out here looking for jobs. I know this is like a bigger surge in the recruitment world where now people are looking for jobs for the upcoming fall. I can't believe we're going to be saying that, but yes, fall will be upon us soon. And so when we're out here, we're trying to get jobs. If you're in your own business, you're self-employed and you are looking to just sell more books, you're looking to bring on more clients. How are you telling your story? If you have a book like Yes. Okay. Thank you, Kim. Kim says, write out the talking points. That's a great point. Absolutely. I'm all about people distilling information down simply. And I'm a Virgo, so I love checklists. I love little things where I can, if we're saying, even this, like, do you think I do my live streams without having material prepared in front of me in a checklist? Hells no. Every time you communicate, you need to give yourself a level of preparation. That way you are focused on what you're doing. You're clear in the message that you're going to be putting out. And and you're more able to to tell a story. So that was my second point. Telling a story. When you introduce yourself, are you the typical person that I have come across who's like, this is my name. I'm a lawyer, or I'm a teacher. I don't know, I do a bunch of stuff. I'm a freelancer. That's not telling a story. Tell me a story. Hi, my name is Natasha. I grew up in Manhattan. I'm a lawyer by trade, and now I'm an entrepreneur and a public person in media. I like to share stories about my career lessons. I love to coach and work with women when it comes to being innovative in their business, right? Figure out whatever your story is, but you've got to be able to tell a story. You saying your name and the title at your job is not, and like kind of stopping there, that's not a story. That's a descriptor that you put on a job application. So there's a difference. Tell a story. Don't just identify things that you would be telling for a job, because even if you are applying for a job, you've got to do better than just your name and the title of your current job. That's not telling a story. So clarity, tell a story. Next on deck is connecting with your audience. So this is an interesting way to kind of thing to talk about, because I think that you can sometimes do research on the people that you are going to be speaking to. And so that's super helpful. Why? Because that's how you can better connect to your audience. For instance, if you're going to a networking event and you want to speak with 5 people that are going to be there, maybe they're headlining an event, maybe it's like a entrepreneurs women event, and 5 women in particular are going to be there, and you want to speak with them, what should you do? You should go on LinkedIn.com. You should check out their bios. You should get a feeling of who these women are. Where did they go to school? What are they currently doing? What are they up to in their lives? So that when you go in person and you do that firm, strong handshake and you say, hi, my name is... You then can say, I have loved that you worked at Coca-Cola for the past 10 years. I have loved your last 3 poetry books. I have loved that you decided to move to Greenland because you were sick and tired of the pollution in America. Whatever tidbit nugget of information that you can pull from the information that you've looked up about this person, that's going to connect you better with who you're speaking to. Because when people have said, hi, my name is Alex, nice to meet you, versus, hi, my name is Alex, I love that you're a lawyer and you're now an entrepreneur. It really helped motivate me to make that same decision for myself. Who am I more likely to want to have a conversation with? The person who just tells me their name, or the person who told me their story and was very clear about why they wanted to speak with me, right? That's what I'm saying. Now, it's easier to do that when you've had the time to do research, right? There have been times for myself as well where I'm just in the moment and I just have to meet you. So sadly, you may or may not have had the moment to be able to look up even on your phone and be like, okay, who is this person, right? But at least then be clear, tell a story as to why you want to speak to the person, even if you don't necessarily have the background on that person, and then try to connect with the person there. Meaning after you've done your intro, after you've shared a little bit about yourself, then turn it over to the next person, engage. Why are you, what do you want to hear from them? Oh, it was really nice seeing you here at this event and hearing you talk on X. I'd love for you to tell me how you got into your career, how you started, right? You're connecting and you're inquiring about what is bringing you and this other person together in this moment. So those are 1, 2, 3, right? Next, engaging your audience is a little bit of what I just talked about. Engaging meaning if I'm talking and you want to kind of interrupt and kind of insert, maybe I said something and it made you want to say something, but I never give you the opportunity to talk. Is that engaging, or is that just kind of a diatribe at a person? It's a diatribe. Conversation is a two-way street. Like, just in case that wasn't clear for anyone, because I know I've spoken to people and it seems like it was just like a monologue. Like, I'm just here and hi William, thanks for joining. And it's I hate the lipstick thing. It's a monologue and the person is just going on. What do I mean by that? So I'll give you an example. Hi, my name is Natasha Nurse. I was really great hearing you speak on the topic of global warming. And then the person I'm speaking to is literally just goes on saying, yeah, global warming. 5 minutes has passed. They've yet to done what? To ask me why exactly, who the hell am I? Why am I interested in global warming? What exactly brought them to this event? Right? There's nothing. It's just literally, but that's cool. I mean, that's different, but that's not a conversation, right? That's a monologue and you're observing someone's monologue. So if you're interested in having conversations with people, try to engage your audience. Like, I love to talk, but also I try to look at the person who I'm speaking to, and you can see physically, right, when someone's trying to jump in, they're like, they open their mouth, right? Something about their body language might change. So try to just be observant and kind of not just be in here and just everything. Yes, sometimes we just have a million things to say, but let's have a conversation, right? Let's make it two-way, not just about us. Next, politeness is a good thing. Now, granted, it may or may not be necessary in every context. There's some people that you may meet who are just rude as AF, right? Like, they just don't give a shit about nobody and anything, and cool, that's fine. So, politeness may or may not really sway that person, but I have found in my professional career as an entrepreneur that it doesn't hurt you to say hello. Now, some people, I'm not necessarily like super about like good morning, good afternoon. That's only just because of like the context of how I grew up. It wasn't something that I heard all the time, so I'm not obsessed, and it doesn't really move me when people say good morning to me. But is it a nice thing to hear? Yeah, I mean, in theory, I'm working with the good morning thing. I'm actually like, I'm not a fan of the terms of good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I say it, but I don't see, I prefer like, hey there. I'm more casual of an opener, but I do think that, again, if you're looking for a job, it probably makes more sense to say good morning, Mr. Dennis, than just like, hey there, Dennis, right? Like, so consider your politeness. And the other thing I would say with that is when trying to have a conversation, so maybe you're trying to initiate a conversation, that's where politeness can really help you, because you can start off on a good foot with someone, or a good footing with someone, by incorporating that in the conversations you're having. Next, be authentic. So when you're trying to stand out with the usage of conversations, you should be yourself. Do not be someone that you are not. Do not speak in a way that is not resonating with you. Now, granted, you may not speak the same way at your job as you speak maybe with your family or your loved ones. I understand that. I get it. But try to still authentically be you. Do not try to be something else or to sound in a way that is completely like against how you feel as a person. Why? Because that's hard to keep up, and you become drained and tired, and then also frustrated that you are living this life and you feel like you're not being your authentic self. So be authentic. For me, I remember a funny incident. A 6-year-old, I was speaking, right? And a 6-year-old was looking at me, and I was talking. Then I turned to her and she's like, is that how you really sound? Yes, this is how I really sound. This is how I've sounded my entire life. Just how I grew up. This is how I sound, right? So, I don't know if she felt like I was trying to sound a different way or if I was trying to be a different person. But I think that ultimately it feels good to be who you are, to present stories and to share information about yourself that's authentic to who you are. So be authentic. And if you have questions with that, if you're not sure what that means, let's talk about that. I'd love to, I'm happy to do a live stream about authenticity and how does that play out in the types of conversations we're having. You just got to let me know. So you would just go to dressingroom8.com, my website. And of course, I'll do this again at the end. And, email me, reach out to me, tell me, hey, Natasha, I like that you were talking about authenticity. I'd love to talk about that again. Okay. Next, and we're nearly done with the list, which is good. We're, running on time. Be present in your conversation. What do I mean by that? So that includes everything from eye contact, right? Am I looking at you? When I'm speaking, is it clear that I want to have a conversation with you, or are you doing this? I don't have my phone because I'm filming, but, let's just imagine this giant thing is my phone. Some people do have really big phones. If you're talking and I'm doing this, what does that make you feel like? It makes you feel like that what you're saying is not really important to me. It makes you feel like you're less important to the device in my hand, right? So be present, right? Now, granted, if you're dealing with an emergency situation and you need to be on your phone, then just look at the person and say, just give me 2 minutes, please. I'm dealing with a situation right now. Then go on your phone, deal with your situation. Okay, I'm back. Let's continue, right? Things like that. But if you are not dealing with a situation, then probably put your phone away. Try to be present. Similarly, another thing about being present is when someone's talking and you are not actively listening and you happen to be thinking about, I wonder what I'm going to have for dinner. Ooh, those hors d'oeuvres are really yummy. Let me get another one. Oh, I wonder if I should get a glass of champagne. And then the person stops talking and then asks you a question. And then if you were not actively listening, then you cannot answer the question. And then that then tells the person, hey, that's weird. I was talking and you weren't listening. Is that a good way to get a new job? Is that a good way to network? Is that a good way to connect with human beings? Hells no, it's not. Why are we exchanging information if you're not going to be listening? That's like the equivalent of talking to a wall. Don't do it, right? So if you're going to be present and you're going to have a conversation, do it and do it, please, well, because it's very clear. It's been very, I would say, as a recruiter, I remember asking someone to share something and then I sharing like my little tidbit of information and then telling back the person and saying, what do you think about that? And them not being able to respond. Instant to me that you are not listening, that you are not understanding the value as to how to have a conversation. And especially when you're looking for a job and if you happen to be working with a recruiter, you are vying for an opportunity amongst potentially hundreds and thousands of other people. So how the hell are you going to stand out if it is clear that you can't even actively listen? That's a part of most jobs. Get with it, guys. We gotta master these things. This is a lot easier to master than going out and learning how to code. Now, granted, one can do both, but I'm just saying when we're talking about simple things that we can kind of just get under our belt and like do really, really well, you can ace conversations and get that job. You can go and build relationships authentically through networking. You can build a business. You can sell more books. You can sell your coaching course. You can sell your webinars. All of these things all can build off the back of just really having great conversation. So that's the value of why we're talking about this. We're not just like, this isn't just for kicks and giggles, right? Like there's an actual value here. And then the last one is be purposeful. So I think that from that, and now granted, not every conversation you have will be initiated by you and or you would have strategically planned out. I mean, life is kind of ordered chaos, right? If you think about it. So, sometimes someone will just come up to you and you'll just be automatically kind of thrown in a situation where you have to have a conversation. But again, be purposeful about why you're continuing to stand there, right? And so if someone bombards you and you're like, oh, okay, this is a new person, then what should your purpose be? Who is this person? Why are we having a conversation? What can I learn or gain from this person? How can I help this person? How can this person help me? And then also, how can we have just a good conversation, right? But be purposeful. Be purposeful also with the words that you choose. Be purposeful in how you're acting in the conversation. Be purposeful. Okay, so let's recap this for anyone who's just joining and wants to understand, how do you stand out with conversation, right? Conversation is key. Number one, be clear. Number two, be telling a story. Be clear on the story that you're telling about yourself, about what you're doing, whatever you're doing. Be a storyteller. We all are content creators and storytellers. Remember that every time you're having conversations, even if it's a live stream, right? We have to be able to tell a story. We have to be able to be clear. If I had started the live stream and I literally was just like singing and okay, let's tell a story, you'd be like, what the hell is wrong with this chick? She's what the hell is happening? Now, maybe you'll tune in because you'd be fascinated, right? And you're just like, that's different. Okay, okay. But maybe you're joining because you're actually trying to take in and consume information that can help better you as a networker, as a business person, as an author, as a coach, right? Like maybe you actually have, purpose for why you're consuming content, which I hope all of you do. But I'm just saying, right? So clarity, tell a story, connect with your audience. Why are we having this conversation? What is being exchanged in this two-way street that we're going down? Engage your audience. Let's just not have a monologue. Let's talk back and forth with each other. Politeness is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. The good mornings, the hellos, the goodbyes, I hope to see you, the following up on your word. If you say you're going to email them, right? All that kind of politeness and, the do's and don'ts of what you should do. All that goes into that. Be authentic. Don't pretend to be someone you're not. Be yourself. Be true to who you are. Be authentic. Be present. What the hell did we talk about? Know what's being exchanged with you. Know what you said to the person, and then be purposeful. Be purposeful in how you're acting. Be purposeful in what you're saying and the words that you're choosing. So if you have any questions about those 8 elements as to how to stand out with conversation, now's the time to be putting those in there so that I can start to respond to you. Again, I want to engage you. I want to connect with you, right? Otherwise, I'm not having a good conversation. So please freely put that in. And again, I know that was a lot. So if you're kind of thinking about it and you're mulling it over, you can always come back and be like, you know what, Tasha? Number 4 didn't make sense to me. So if that's the case, feel free. And I always will see the notifications and I can go back and respond. And of course, you can always email me, Natasha@dressingroom8.com. I'll repeat that, Natasha@dressingroom8.com. Okay. And so lastly, just to kind of wrap everything up for you, what's next? So if you are about to embark on maybe a public speaking event, or maybe you are planning to have a conversation with someone and you feel like this conversation can really make the difference for book sales, for coaching program, for business, selling more products, for selling more services, fill in the blank, whatever conversation you're about to embark on, and it's maybe something that you're actually planning for. Do you want help? If so, I'm happy to do that for you. I'm happy to have free consultation with you to talk this out with you so that you can stand out with the utilization of conversation. But this is a 3-part series. So there's other confidence, creativity, or the other 2 C's that make up the 3 C's. So if you want to talk about that, you've got to do what? You've got to go to dressingroom8.com, schedule a session with me. Let's get it on the books. My calendar's filling up, guys. So, let's get to it, okay? And then next, of course, in addition to that, if you feel like you want to email me and you're not sure if you want to have a call yet and you want to kind of like ease into this process, some people do. That's okay if you do. What do? You email me, Natasha@dressingroom8.com. And then lastly, remember these 8 things. The value of me doing these live streams is that they live here in Facebook forever. Facebook's not going anywhere, guys. I mean, Facebook will go down when human beings go down. Like Mark Zuckerberg, the team of Facebook, you guys will be here forever. So always feel free to rewatch this. What I do is I repurpose them and I put them into my YouTube on the Dressing Room Mate YouTube channel. That way, for those of you who happen to not be on Facebook, not quite sure why, over 1 billion people are on here. I'm not quite sure why you don't think you need to be, but let's talk about it. You can also find me, you can find these videos on YouTube as well. So and also on the website, on the freebies page, that's where you can see all the different series that I put out, and so you'll be able to access the content there. And so with that, do you have any questions? I don't see any help, SOS signs, any of that information. And thank you for bearing with me for, any of the noise or makeup distractors. Ugh, I hate when that happens. Don't you hate when that happens? It's so funny. Lastly, I would just say, if you haven't already subscribed to my monthly newsletter, I don't bombard people with a bunch of newsletters. I send one a month at the end. You can do so. Go to dressingroomnumber8.com, sign up for my monthly newsletter. Stay connected. Let's have conversations on a monthly basis. That would be really, really cool. Again, if you want to talk to me about how you can be better presenting yourself, what do? You gotta go to dressingroomnumber8.com, schedule a session. Free, guys, totally free. I like to have conversations for free because I want people to be able to engage with me and without having to feel like there's some type of financial benefit that they need to give up right now, right? Like, let's just have a good conversation. And if I can help you, I'm here for you, okay? Completely, genuinely, authentically, I'm here for you. Absolutely. Thank you, William. He says, thank you, Natasha. It's great. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate that you've given me time, and time is the most valuable asset that we have in this world. So when you take the time to sit and watch my content, I greatly appreciate it. I know that that's value. That's the most value you can give to me in this world. So thank you so much. And, Kim, you're awesome. Natasha Nurse rocks. Thank you, Kim, as well. Thank you for joining me. Both of these people have supported me on the dressing room mate journey. And again, I greatly appreciate it. Everything I do, for every like, every heart, every share, every time you tune in, that is great love. And I appreciate it. And I support and love you guys too. You guys are awesome. Both awesome. William, please leave, Sophisticated Curves, your website, so people can get in touch with you. Guys, we're all need to network. We can all grow and prosper together. So always remember to share who you are when you join things so that people can, be like, all right, cool. And Kim, if you guys, like I said as well, if you don't know her, I love her voice as well. Like, she just has this like cool voice. So tune into her content. She has really fun content that she shares as well. And like I said, I'll leave my contact information for everyone who wants to, get in touch with me or follow up. And thank you. And please, guys, use the power of words, use the power of conversation to grow yourself, grow your business up, Kim. No, nothing to laugh about. It's true. You're awesome. It's all just, you're awesome. I love it. So thank you for everyone who tuned in watching this live. Thank you for anyone who watches this on the replay. Share this with anyone who you feel like could benefit from having this conversation and joining in. And with that, just have a great weekend, guys. Yes, Sophisticated Curves. Good stuff, guys. Happy Friday. It was my pleasure, and I hope you had fun and enjoyed and learned. And stay tuned for the next video, okay? Thanks. Bye.